the dance floor. Let's go, lose control. 3, 2, 1, drop it.
What is going on, guys? My name is Ethan. Welcome back to another video. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be playing 20 games as Hillbilly in Dead by Daylight. Now, if you guys don't know what Dead by Daylight is, I recommend starting on the first episode of Dead by Daylight Trapper, because I go a lot more in depth, and if, you know, since you're there, you might as well just start watching the full series. This is episode 3. This is the third killer to ever come out, Hillbilly. Now, what is Hillbilly's unique power? His power is a chainsaw. The chainsaw, when used, will double his sprint speed, but however, it will reduce mobility. So when you're chainsaw sprinting from range, you won't be able to turn as well. And if you use the chainsaw enough, the little bar will go around initiating something called overdrive. Now, what overdrive is, basically, it allows you to rev the chainsaw faster. It basically makes everything faster for the chainsaw. So, yeah, that is the Hillbilly. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into game number 1. Game 1 started off with me going from range to kill this Sable. Hopefully, the rest of this game is easy. I looped this guy for so long, I got a pallet dropped on my face. I will say, I suck with a chainsaw, where I was running into walls and basically just wasting the power in general. Finally, though, after trapping this guy in the garage, I chainsawed into him, knocked him down, one shot, easy. Unfortunately, I got distracted. So, hey, at least I learned my lesson. And made sure to hook the next one I killed. I then hit this man with the old switcheroo and got him as he jumped out of a window. But by the power of the gods, I somehow had 3 survivors all knocked down at the exact same time. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how that's even possible. I ended up killing one of them to make it a 1v3, but unfortunately, they got the last gen. But using my superior speed, I was able to bounce between the 2 gates. 2 of them got out, but then I got the craziest sprint kill on the final guy. He didn't even see it coming. I ended up hitting up with the old Mori and cutting into his back like I was cutting into a tree. Game 5 started off with a perfect run into this girl and slicing her up with my chainsaw. I threw her on the hook before hunting down my next victim. I used an old Fortnite trap trick to get him to pop out of a locker and grab him and, you know, introduce them to a new friend, the meat hook. He's been very lonely. This girl tried to outplay me, but I think she ended up just outplaying herself. She trapped herself with a crazy murderer with a chainsaw. So smart. This guy's name insulted me, so I knocked him down. I don't like you either, sir. I found the smallest moose ever. I'm from Canada. I've never seen a moose that looked like this, so I knocked them down. We were getting closer to winning with only 1 gen done, and I finally killed I Don't Like You before sprinting across the map at supersonic speeds to find someone else. I found one of the most effective ways to use a chainsaw, and that's get really close so they can't escape and then use it to get the easiest one hit down of your life. After a long time chasing this girl, she slid into me like she was trying to slide into my DMs. No thank you. I'm good. I got a girlfriend. I put a moose down as a light from the generator was active. I knew I needed to win soon. I ran to the killer shack once the 3rd player died, and I stomped on the trap door and used my strategy of running back and forth between the gates in order to find the girl. Using speed, knocked her down, and I hit this one with the Mori in order to win the game. Second game, you know, we ain't doing too bad. Game 3, can we get the back-to-back? Let's find out. We started off with a perfect strategy of getting extremely close and then one hit downing the survivor with the chainsaw. This was the perfect surprise attack. This person didn't even hear me coming. I knocked this girl right as she finished the gen. I then did this exact same thing, but this time around I used the giant hammer instead of the chainsaw. I have no idea why this person decided to jump into me, but they did. So I knocked them out. The friend tried to save them, but I ended up kind of destroying that very swiftly. Also, I just noticed that these two were in the last game that we played. It actually kind of is funny. They now have one gen left, so it's kind of time for us to go try hard. This person tried to juke me, but I saw it coming from a mile away. I still don't know exactly how I got this person, but yeah, it looked like I went through the tree and hit him. I really don't know. You know, when they use the chainsaw, it's pretty damn strong if you use it right. Like, it's not bad. It's not bad. She got this guy up, but I made him sit right back down. Aw, you think a flashlight will save him? Well, you're wrong. Alright, this was the easiest mind game of my life. Like, my goodness. I closed the hatch, and she ended up actually dying because she ran out of time. So, win for me. Alright, that's 2. Can we get 3 in a row? Yes, absolutely we can in game number 4. I mean, this has been an amazing start for Hillbilly. Hopefully, nothing bad happens. Right? Game 5's footage is missing, but it sucked. Everybody got out. Moving on. Game 6 does have footage, but no one needs to see how awful I played this one. Game 7, we got off to a great start and chainsaw this girl before she could run to a window. Hillbilly isn't the best at looping, so it makes these knocks so much more satisfying. I think this is the craziest kill I've gotten with Hillbilly, dodging obstacles, and somehow, by the will of God, I ended up knocking this person. Peekaboo, I see you. I think this guy just kind of accepted his fate. He saw me running with the chainsaw, I was like, I'm good. All gens done, so I decided to kind of play annoying and camp a little. I don't normally do this, but I decided to for this game. I hooked this guy, and then when he's free, I knocked this girl and this other girl who was close by for some reason. Aw, you wanted to free your friend? Too bad! Alright, this girl's on the run. If I'm fast enough, I can stop her by the exit gate. Come on. Oh my god, we actually caught up and got her. I'm shocked. I ended up knocking this guy too, but he crawled out to leave his friends to die. So 3 kills, man. 3 kills is not bad whatsoever. The only real notable thing about Game 8 is that I tried doing a brand new gen strat where I camped 4 different gens at the same time using Hillbilly's incredible speed. He's pretty good at locking down areas, I will 100% say that, but it's much of the same. 3 kills, next game. Game 9 only ended with me killing about half the lobby, so there's no need to embarrass myself by showing you how mid I played during this time. Game 10, surprise, surprise, we started with a chainsaw kill. This person was trying to be sneaky, but I body blocked them and knocked them down. This guy tried to be a hero, but the only thing he got was a hammer to the head. I think body blocking might be the most effective tactic against people. I don't know, it works so far. Until someone drops a goddamn pallet on your head. I got pissed off and started going crazy after this. I got this girl trying to run for her life, but unfortunately, she wasn't fast enough. Or fortunately, I guess, because I am the killer. Next time, buddy, just use the window, and then you can go down. It's that simple. Ah, yes, the good old get close and cut 'em up strat. My favorite. I chased this Ada for so long, it felt so satisfying to finally get her. This girl ended up saving the Ada, but not without going down herself. I then hooked her before the Ada and her basically did the same thing, except roles reversed, where Ada saved the girl, which was interesting. She then ran into a corner, and I knocked her down. And that was it. I won the game. Nice and simple, you know. We got this. Game 11 was probably one of the worst games I've ever played of Dead by Daylight. I got 1 hook the entire game, and I literally just gave up. I ended up, once all the generators were powered, I just opened the door and let them all escape. I would have tried, but there was literally 0 chance of getting in one. These guys were insane. But then in Game 12, we won again, and it was one of my quickest wins yet, too, which I don't understand. I'm very, very inconsistent with Hillbilly. It's very strange comparing it to Trapper and Raid, because I don't really feel like I ever am in full control, you know what I mean? Not much to really say for Game 13 other than we got 1 singular kill. Same with Game 14 with 2 kills this time. Improvement! I tried another gen strat on Game 15. I tried doing a 4-gen strat. I took out a Leon with a beautiful hammer swing. Leon, again, decided to try and test me, and he fell flat on his face. Okay, Leon, I swear to God, you will never learn. Stop trying to go near me. It is going to end bad for you. Surprise, bitch! Leon, you better run. Well, I tried to warn him. You guys saw it. I tried warning him, but you didn't want to listen. Okay, trying to heal in the open when I have a chainsaw is just a no. So you must die for this. Body blocking strikes again. What are you even doing, buddy? Other than dying, what are you doing? I found you, buddy. Now get over here and let me moor you for that sweet victory. Does anyone even know that song or what? Again, not a whole lot for game 17. Or even game 17 for that matter. Game 16 and 17 were relatively the same, give or take a kill or two. I actually did fantastic in game 18 and actually won the entire game, which I mean, not bad after really bad the last two. And we top it with game 19 going back to back. We're on a little bit of a win streak here to finish off this video. Now let's see if we could do it for game 20. Game 20 started off with me doing the get close and cutting them down strategy, which might be the best way to use a chainsaw in close ranges. This girl thought she could run away from a speed demon with a chainsaw. How naive. Here, let me carry you to somewhere you can be a lot more useful to me. This girl tried to be sneaky, but was a little bit too slow. Boop. So close, yet so far. Down you go. I finally got the last person, and I won game 20, ending on a 3-game win streak. Not bad, guys, not bad. So guys, that was 20 games as Hillbilly in Dead by Daylight. Now, notable things, there are a lot of different things you can do with Hillbilly. So here's some tips and tricks that I personally learned. And that is, A, when you are in very close quarters with someone and you're right next to them, use the chainsaw because then you get an automatic down. And it's extremely easy, especially if you do add-ons that allow you to go use your chainsaw faster. I'd highly recommend it. And it was really great to get around the map when you needed to get across the map. And obviously, those cross-map downs are the most satisfying thing when playing as Hillbilly. But my recommendation still is going to be, if you're playing Hillbilly, prepare to fail, because he's very difficult to learn. His angles are difficult. So being able to slide off certain objects is difficult. It takes a lot of time to practice. I played, I think, all these 20 games in a row. I'm obviously not editing it right afterward, but I played all these 20 games in a row, so I got better and better as time went on. Obviously, it still sucked in some of them, but yeah. Recommendation, use a chainsaw when you're right next to them, or if you need to break a pallet and you've got your chainsaw kind of wound up, then might as well. Overall, we did pretty damn good. We actually ended off with a 51 out of 80 survivors killed. So we killed 65% of the survivors, which is the highest we've had so far. And we won 45% of our games with winning 9 and losing 11, which is surprising because this means that he is the best killer, like the killer I did the best with so far, which is very impressive, and I'm very surprised about that. But regardless, let's move on to the tier ranking and a little bonus section at the very end of the video. So guys, it is now time for us to actually rank Hillbilly. Now Hillbilly, he was kind of fun. He wasn't overly fun. He had a great power, don't get me wrong, with the ability to one-shot. However, the learnability of his power is extremely difficult, and in map control obviously is great. So that, I'm gonna put him in B- tier. I'm gonna put him in the B- tier. Personally, for me, the fact that he is so difficult to play is what really drags him down. His power is amazing, and I kind of had more. I never felt like I was in control of the match. I just kind of felt, okay, I got lucky type thing. I didn't really feel like I understood how to use him until near the very end, obviously. But with Wraith, when I was cloaked, okay, I'm like, okay, now I can catch up and cloak. Trapper, okay, he's in a bear trap, let me go there now. With Hillbilly, it was like, okay, I got my chainsaw, let's hope I get him. It wasn't really my skill, it's more I got lucky type thing. So that's my opinion on Hillbilly. Obviously, it's coming from a new player, so don't go flaming in the comments if you're a Hillbilly main. You're like, oh, you suck with him. I played 20 games with him, and I'm ranking him above 20 games. Even though I did the best with him, I still gonna put him in the B- tier. But that's gonna be it. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe down below. I'll see you guys all next time. Peace.